All right, follow me here, everyone. There's a reason for all of this, and it circles back to some people. How you're going to think, man, Ward, how are you working in all these characters? But I think I'm going to pull it off. Feel free to disagree. Aaron Rodgers, the current quarterback of the New York Jets, is a mixture. The public Aaron Rodgers is a mixture of Alex Jones, Tom Brady, and Elon Musk. Yeah, it's complicated. He's fairly complicated. Let me explain. Aaron Rodgers has the skills and the football situational awareness of Tom Brady. In fact, he has a lot more skills than Tom Brady. He has more natural skills and natural ability than Tom Brady as a quarterback. I would say far more. Tom Brady had to work like crazy to be great. Tom Brady was obsessed with being great. Michael Jordan-like, and that's the only thing he seemed to care about, was being great and winning. Okay? Aaron Rodgers is a far more natural quarterback. I know that sounds kind of weird and goofy, but I think it's really accurate. The game comes easy to Aaron Rodgers. And then right there, the Brady comparisons to Aaron Rodgers, it ends right there because of the more dominating mix. Now, Aaron Rodgers is partly because of a great football player, a great quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback. Tom Brady played quarterback great. And there's a difference. But the comparison ends there. Stop there. The more dominating mix of Aaron Rodgers, present day, is a mix of Alex Jones and Elon Musk. Yeah. If you make a list, if anybody makes a list, we can do it. It's not hard. If you make a list of the most polarizing people in sports, okay, it starts with two people, and it starts with two people. In my opinion, it starts with two people, and it starts with two people because Colin Kaepernick is no longer relevant, has not been relevant for quite some time. Give up on it, talk radio. He doesn't matter anymore. So he's not on the list. And Jerry Jones, and yeah, I would normally you would put Jerry Jones on that list, the most polarizing people in sports. But you know what, Jerry Jones, he doesn't have any fans. I mean, to say that someone's polarizing, there has to be at least two sides to this. And to be honest, at this point in his life, in his career, there's no other side with Jones. Everyone's just kind of a critic. So he's a lightning rod. I don't think it's fair to say that he's polarizing. We don't argue about Jerry Jones. Everyone pretty much ends up at the same place. So I don't think he's on there. So the list starts, in my opinion, the list starts with two. It's Deion Sanders and it's Aaron Rodgers. So Aaron Rodgers is about to be very much in the news again. And he's going to be in the news again, and he's already answering to a degree again because of a book that's coming out written by Ian O'Connor. Ian O'Connor is a very good writer, New York-based writer. The title of the book is Out of Darkness. And of course, it's timed right around the start of the season. Of course it is. It'd be stupid not to do it that way. The title is Out of the Darkness. So Aaron Rodgers, let me do the football part for just a second, because we're going to end up on Alex Jones and Elon Musk. Aaron Rodgers is one of the most accurate. I'm going to use the term accurate. I'm not saying greatest passers. Dan Marino is the greatest passer the game has ever seen. Aaron Rodgers is one of the most accurate passers ever to play the game. I mean, the guy has been a natural thrower. Brady is programmed. Brady is lasered in. Aaron Rodgers can go out there and it feels like a sandlot game, and he's accurate as heck. Aaron Rodgers belongs on a short list of accurate passers all time, and that list includes Drew Brees and probably Joe Montana. And then, before long, we'll start putting Patrick Mahomes on there. But this is just in terms of pure passing accuracy. Aaron Rodgers, just before people say, well, Ward, he's still great. Shut up with that. But Aaron Rodgers can still be really good again. It's not out of the possibility that Aaron Rodgers has another really good season. I don't deny that at all. I didn't say great. I don't think he can be great again because he's not like Tom Brady. He has not aged well. He's not holding up well. But, yeah, he can still be a really, really good quarterback and a really, really good passer because he's surrounded by a bunch of good players. So it's not over for Aaron Rodgers as the player on the field. On the field. So I don't deny for a second that he could still be really good again. But recent history, okay, the recent history of Aaron Rodgers is the football part isn't enough. It's not enough. It doesn't seem to ever be enough. The football part just doesn't seem to matter enough. Tom Brady wanted to be a dominating player. Tom Brady was Michael Jordan-like in that he just wants to carve you up. He only cared about beating opponents. Patrick Mahomes, in a lot of ways, reminds me of the same. It doesn't feel like the same edge as Brady, but Patrick Mahomes genuinely just loves playing. You know, the guy just has a blast playing football. Aaron Rodgers wants to be more than that. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to just be a football player. It's true for a couple of years now. So the book highlights that Aaron Rodgers has always been socially aware. I'm not sure a lot of people know this. He has been socially aware. He did defend Colin Kaepernick. He supported Colin Kaepernick's kneeling. He answered for it. He really wasn't that outspoken about it, but, when asked, he took that position. He's at various times, and I think a lot of players respect this, he has wanted to fight owners over playing on turf. He's going to lose that, but he's mentioned it a few times. He's not afraid. But the whole book points out the ultimate starting point. When he lied about being vaccinated, that got him on a path. You ready for it? That got him on a path of Alex Jones and Elon Musk. He was hijacked. He allowed himself to be hijacked. He followed the trajectory of Elon Musk. Remember what I said about Brady? Focused on the job. Look what happened to Elon Musk and Aaron Rodgers. Are they focused on the job? So give me a chance. Then you can tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. So the book says, right? I mean, this has come out in a few places now. The book says that he wishes he had never lied about being vaccinated. And he wished he had not lied about it publicly. I'm not sure I believe him because I think he's consumed by the attention. This is what the book, I think, is largely about. And this is when he left us as a football player. He's consumed by the attention he's had since the day he lied at that news conference. And I believe it took him, I've told you many times, social media noise, if you let it, can eat you up. It's where talk show hosts go to be pandered to, and they follow a crowd. And I think that's what happened to him. It's the same trajectory of Elon Musk running Twitter into the ground. Hear me out. So he lies about being vaccinated at the time at a news conference. Is it, before you go nuts, is it a big deal that he's an anti-vaxxer? Not really. I've mentioned many times, I grew up in a city surrounded by hippies. They don't exist here anymore because they've been run out. But there's plenty. There were anti-vaxxers around this town long before Aaron Rodgers. So there are people that legitimately feel that way. But if you notice, and this is what the book talks about, if you notice the path that he took once that happened, he became such a hassle as an employee, as a flake. He became such a hassle for the Green Bay Packers, who, by the way, made him the wealthiest player in the game at the time. They gave him whatever he asked for. They did it. But he became such a hassle to them. They all but shoved him out of the door because he was plainly obvious football was far less important to him than the tinfoil hat friendly podcasts. That's exactly where he is now. They said, let's get out of this deal. And they were right. They were right. They were right. They saw it because he became the audience. He became consumed with the audience. He became a prisoner of the audience. Just like Elon Musk, his ego got him sucked into the vortex of bros on social media. They'll suck you in. You can listen to them a lot. You can stay in that space and hear them, and they'll just, it's sort of this self-fulfilling echo chamber. And for people that need that ego fill, that's exactly where those bros and social media will do it. You bet. It's the tinfoil hat crowd. And they will respond, and they are loud, and they'll make you feel good when you agree with them. He ended up in that place. Next thing you know, the Packers said, get out of here, man. Wish you well. Good luck. I mean, they ran a Hall of Famer out the door for precisely what I think what this book is about is the guy has become anything but a player. He's become a tinfoil hat suck-up. And they'll suck you into that. Brady would have never fallen for that. Michael Jordan would have never fallen for that. Steve Jobs would have never fallen for that. They didn't care that much about that stuff. They cared about the product. Aaron Rodgers ended up being has ended up, not past tense, very much present tense, has ended up a prisoner of that audience. And it makes you do stupid things because you just feed off of that audience. It's what I've mentioned many, many times about talk show hosts. Can see it happen often. You become a crusader and you can say, oh, right on, Jeff, they care about this. What they care about is the audience, and the audience will suck you in. And because of the echo chambers we live in now, you'll just keep hearing the same stuff and feeling pretty good about it. You're right, you're great. Next thing you know, the guy doesn't give a flip about football, and it shows. And it has showed for a while. He got rich, I guess you could say that. So, right? Elon Musk, for example, and I'm not saying, I'm a big fan of Tesla. I used to do this comparison all the time. If you had a scale, right? If you had a scale, would Elon Musk fit on a scale that's closer to Steve Jobs, or would he fit on a scale closer to Donald Trump and be kind of a huckster? And the answer is it's not Jobs anymore, is it? I used to think it was more like, I thought that was our next Steve Jobs. Nah, you got in that echo chamber, right? Those bros will talk to you and tell you how great you are, and you feel cool. They like me. And next thing you know, you're in that echo chamber doing stupid stuff. Next thing you know, you've run Twitter into the ground and checked all business sense at the door. How's that not Aaron Rodgers as a football player? How's that not the same thing? Look at him. Look what he does and says. So it is, right? It's the same. I believe it's the same thing has happened to Aaron Rodgers that has happened to Elon Musk. That, to a degree, happened to Alex Jones. And that is, you just sort of check that focus at the door for the attention of largely, I call them echo chamber bros. What I mean by that is this. It's the young male, or certainly male, tinfoil hat crowd that is big time into social media. And they are there all the time. They post a lot. They make a lot of noise. And that noise can sound good. And that noise can turn on you by the tinfoil hat crowd. They can. Or they can cheer you on. And you feel pretty cool. And Aaron Rodgers, Elon Musk didn't want to be that dork. He wanted to be something else. He felt cool on Twitter, right? And now look at him. He's a doofus. Couldn't run the media company. Aaron Rodgers. Now, he certainly didn't need the ego stroke, but he didn't want just to be a football player. He was always socially aware. He was at the cusp of this stuff anyway. And he may be an anti-vaxxer. But boy, next thing you know, it is 9/11's an inside job. Fauci's killing people. And the next thing you know, the Green Bay Packers said thanks, but no thanks to a Hall of Famer because he got sucked into the bro media tinfoil hat echo chamber. That's where he is. It's not a player. He's that. He's a podcaster in his boxers. So my opinion, by the way, is like this. The tinfoil hat crowd is, and trust me on this, they're really active, really loud. They'll give you feedback all the time because God knows they're just sitting there. Dateless, I assume. So they're happy to use you as a mouthpiece, and it feels good for someone like Aaron Rodgers. Elon Musk got sucked into it. And now Aaron Rodgers' teammates and his employers for the same thing have paid the price, my opinion. I think that's what the book is largely about. I don't think it says tinfoil hat bro media crowd like I do, but it's the same kind of accidental path. It's the same trajectory. It's that crusader thing. I've mentioned it many times, man. You've got to be Brady-like in a public space, or you will get sucked into it. And once you're in, you keep hearing how great you are. You keep hearing how Fauci did kill those people. 9/11 was an inside job. You're right, Aaron. Carry the flag, man. And next thing he's feeling good. I don't want to just be a football player. I want to be this. And that's what he is. I know. But Jeff, what if he really believes in aliens? Jeff, what if he really believes 9/11 was an inside job? Jeff, what if he really believes that Fauci is killing people? Fauci tried to kill Damar Hamlin. What if he really believes that stuff? Okay, we got an answer for that. This is true of people that get stuck in an echo chamber, which is easy to do. I'm guessing by now he does believe a lot of that stuff because he consumes it all day, every day. It's this feedback loop. The bigger point is that's why he's not Tom Brady. I mean, I think now that's why Elon Musk is not Steve Jobs. I mean, he's a polarizing figure. He's not a stupid guy. I'm not even saying he's a stupid guy. I'm not even saying he's an incredibly talented quarterback. He has more natural skills than Tom Brady or most other guys that have ever played the game. But that's not where he is present day. The reason why he keeps getting run off and screwing up franchises is because he's become this. He's stuck in an echo chamber of tinfoil hat nuttiness. And I don't think he's coming back. I think he likes it. And he's getting paid. So the bigger point is that's why his football careers look like it has the last 3 years. Being a diva, which he is, in the feedback loop, made him almost like a niche podcaster, more so a niche podcaster than an NFL quarterback. And guess what? That's why the Jets have been burnt. Now, they're going to win some games. And look, he could dial back in. If he were dialed in, he'd be very good, and the Jets would be pretty good. But my experience in this media space is that once you go down that echo chamber, once you're there and you sort of miss, you just think, oh, man, I'm a guy in my 40s now, and I'm playing football. It doesn't mean that much to me. I need to get back with my people. I need to get back to hear from them. And then become a prisoner of the audience, and then he'll end up checking out again. I've read parts of some of the excerpts from the book. I suspect that's what it's about. Why did this guy who's a Hall of Famer check out? How did he end up in this place as one of the most polarizing athletes of our time, most polarizing people in the sport? And I do put he and Deion Sanders, Aaron Rodgers and Deion Sanders are that, because plenty of people are going to fight me right now. The tinfoil hat crowd is going to be furious. Look, I'm saying tinfoil hat bros, you won. You got him. At the expense of the Green Bay Packers and the New York Jets, but you got him. He's your guy.